Good morning and welcome to Perth Bendat Stadium. Today's grand final day of the men's and mixed netball championships. My name is Stephen Kerr. With me today is Maxine, All Queensland Affair. How are you today, Max?
Good, thank you.
Looking forward to this game today. It's the future of our sport right in front of us. It's the Under-17s grand final, Victoria versus South Australia. Victoria undefeated so far through this tournament, and they were again last year. They're the team to beat. South Australia have a very willing and capable team. Again, in the grand final this year, they were last year, so it's a rematch from last year's grand final. South Australia with nothing to lose, I would say. What are your thoughts, Max?
All I can say is the development of the junior players from both these states is phenomenal.
Yep.
You know, I sit and I look in awe of what our future is going to look like once these boys hit open. So
Absolutely. I think South Australia are really happy last year that the first time they've got a grand team in a grand final. They've backed it up again this year. Great development program in their way. And we know Victoria every year capable of pulling great players through. You got the lineups there, Max? Want to talk us through?
yes, so we've got our Victorian goalkeepers just come out, and that's William Pennell. Then they're coming out in mixed matches. So what I'll do is goalkeeper. Goal defence is James Farinola. Then we've got wing defence, Damien Brooks. Centre, Will O'Callaghan. Wing attack, Lucas Gullen. And where was up to? Goal attack, Ryan Norfolk. And goal shooter, Reid O'Callaghan is our starting lineup for our South Australians, And our Victorian team is Joel Brown. Then we've got in goal defence, Kane Wilson. Wing defence, Regan Brody. Centre, Zach Mobilia. Wing attack, we've got Blake Cashier. Goal attack, Will Whiteacre, and as you can hear, the cheering's getting bigger and bigger. And goal shooter, Nick O'Meara. So
well done, Max. Look, I'm going to apologise now for all the names I get wrong.
Me too, sorry,
these
guys.
poor people are going to butcher them all week. So apologies, it's just my ignorance, not everyone else's fault but my own. So not far off now, the teams will get set and will hear the national anthem. I heard it on the broadcast there, but the one was playing down there very quietly. Teams get ready to play. Max, as a coach of many years, if you were coaching South Australia, what would you say going to a grand final where you haven't beaten the opposition for a couple of years? What would your words be to them?
Firstly is they're just another netball team. Sometimes players build up in their mind, oh my God, we're playing Victoria, oh my God, it's that goal shooter again. They're just going to go and do their thing because that's what they do well.
Yeah.
And just take every moment and cherish it. Absolutely cherish it.
Yeah, sometimes there is a little bit of an advantage when you've got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. You can go out there, and I think sometimes historically in that position, if you can go out and get a good lead, it puts the pressure on the other side to actually produce something, and you can start to form cracks in them. That's the best way to go about it. But grand finals, anything can happen.
Exactly. I just think there's competition in all grades this week. How many teams have had that lead, and then the other oppositions come back all week? So nothing is a given anymore.
Especially with these kids that are 17 and under, possession's probably key as well. Probably not as mature as other netball players, and it's exciting to see them on the court. So let's see who handles the pressure well. Ball comes out to the first centre pass. It's Victoria will take the first centre pass, and we'll have and off we go. Straight away to the goal attack, goes long. Victoria wanted to make a statement early with a quick pass. They overcook it. Here's South Australia's chance. Look for their structure.
again, just that placement of that ball, puts them all under pressure. That first minutes of the game is nervous for everybody.
Yeah, it's good signs of Victoria. They weren't going to let that settle.
Lovely shot. Lovely shot.
Makes up for it with a great shot. South Australia's chance to respond. See what happens down here. Victoria.
Oh,
Victoria have come out strong.
Contact call, possibly. Can't see the umpire from where we're sitting, but the player stood out of play, so we assume it was a contact call.
My favourite player of the week for the South Australians is the wing attack Lucas. Good little player, small kid, very dynamic, got a great future in front of him. Can't wait to see what he puts out on the court today.
Great contest by the South Australian goalkeeper. Just the fact that his presence was there forced them to pass a not perfect ball.
Great.
Possession. Unfortunately, now they've lost it up in the shooting end.
Brodie, great arms, outstretched arms. He got his hands to that and pulled it in. Impressive player. Victoria now come down the middle of the court. They're all on one side. They push across.
Too predictable. Cross the court, risky pass.
Yes, it's the nerves of the finals. Bit telegraphed that pass. Everyone's yet to settle. Just started though. See what South Australia can do. They've got no shooters in the circle. Great cut by the goal attack to come forward.
Here we go.
Stature. Great shot. Well done. Looked straight to post and nailed it. Nothing but net. Great start by South Australia to recover from that.
That's for sure. Will Whiteacre.
Whiteacre. Well done, buddy.
You can see him hyping himself up to challenge that centre pass, even as goal attack. It's that pressure from every player. 7 attackers, 7 defenders.
Great transition by Victoria there. They know exactly where each player is going to be. It's the goal attack down his end. Misses it. South Australia have the chance again.
For South Australian goal defence.
Oops,
bad luck.
Great transition into defence by Victoria. They went straight into the defence after lost the transition. Bad luck. As a shooter, sometimes it's important to get your first few goals in. What would you say to a shooter in a grand final, Max? What's your word? Breathe.
Breathe.
Yes.
You've got a full up to 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So just breathe. Sometimes all they're thinking is, I can't miss, and thinking they're letting down their whole team.
Great drive along the baseline from the South Australian goal attack.
Great cover by the Victoria goalkeeper. Beautiful tip.
Great hands. The ball just not right in the right spot for South Australia. They put it where the defender can get it. They're very rangy, this Victorian side. Long arms, causing havoc.
Yeah, I've noticed over the years that our players are becoming leaner and fitter and more agile.
Absolutely.
And Whiteacre.
Whiteacre again. He's come with confidence. He's leading the attack end down. He's the general, taking every second pass and going straight to post. Great cut back.
Yes.
Well done.
That was a good lead out by the South Australian goal shooter to draw that goalkeeper out.
Nothing worse as a goalkeeper when that happens to you. You feel so silly, but it was a great move.
Yes.
I think South Australia need to be able to get some turnovers. So far the turnovers probably come through mistakes. They need to actually dictate, but they're pretty solid down here for Victoria.
Yes.
Again,
they can find O'Meara so easily.
So easy. It's 3-2. Much more difficult for South Australia. Here's Lucas, my man, my favourite player of the under-17s. Very dynamic. Let's see what he can do. He'll be always offering leads.
Yes.
What you want.
Great set up there in the circle. I really like the way the South Australians hit that circle.
It's a real traditional netball style. You can tell that it's a proper...
Yes. And it's really hard to defend as a defender. So much work.
Yeah, you got 2 options to defend, not just one. You can't set up on a set of defence. Let's see the South Australian keeper get in front here. They've gone into a split circle. But again, Victoria, Whiteacre.
Nice and easy.
It's a throw in.
Throw in to Victoria. So shooter's setting up. He's trying to hold his space, so hopefully he'll keep the defenders on it.
Yeah, he's stuck into the post, so it opens a lot of space up for him as goal attack. Great job.
Yep.
See if we can go to the post this time. Makes good.
And for under 17, so smart to know not to be intimidated and just let that goal defence be drawn out and then pop it in.
Yeah, sometimes as a junior, especially at this age, they look for the specky stuff, you know, trying to get intercepts, and they don't actually realise the importance of working as a unit and just doing those 1%ers and hard work.
Okay, so we've got a contact call against Victorian wing defence.
Oh,
I like this little goal attack.
sweet
There's no fear.
shot. He shoots from a low range down. Victoria probably good to get their hands up over it, but he's got a quick shot.
Ryan Norfolk, it's like, give me that ball, I
Yeah.
just want to play.
That's what you want.
Yep.
He hasn't looked hesitant at all.
No.
Gives the whole team confidence when you've got a shooter going to post like that. Great ball. Again, great use of the width of the circle. That's
Definitely.
beyond their like most teams' maturity at this age to use that. Great work.
Nice work by Will Whiteacre again.
5-4. It's a level start here. This is where it's breaking down for South Australia here a little bit. The defence of Victoria is causing some headaches. Probably need a bit more better timing in there, don't you think, Max, from the attack end?
And they're just so consistent. They know exactly where to be, and they're there to offer. Not cutting anyone. The court balance is beautiful.
Victoria showing why they're undefeated here. They've come out. Oops, bad luck. Not even rattled by that. They want to get on with a quick play. It's a great pass. The goal defence read that, but beautiful shot.
Great technique there. Beautiful follow through on that shot.
Victoria, South Australia probably needs to get up in his grill a little bit more and put a bit of pressure on. He's giving a lot of room down there.
Yeah.
Again.
I feel the placement of the ball for the South Australians just isn't quite right. They're throwing it to the player, and the defender's too close. They should be throwing it to the side the defender's not on.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to learn in netball sometimes, is where to put the ball out in front in that space. And once you get that right, a good pass beats a defender every single time. Victoria's probably a little bit better at it than South Australia.
Just at the moment. So we had Rita Callahan from South Australians just score, and now we're up in the Victorian end. It's very
Great shot.
Clean and tidy.
Clean and tidy.
Of the circle and the attack
South
bench.
Australian defence looking their head spinning at the moment. They're watching the ball rather than getting onto their player.
Beautiful take.
This defence from Victoria is menacing, and the timing down court is spectacular. They find some form. They push it out to 9 plays for. Danger signs here for South Australia. They need to get some balls on the goals on the board.
Yes.
Balls on the goal. Again, the goal attack's left vacant. They need somebody up on top of him.
And the South Australians seem to be in the space, but they're not putting any pressure on the passing.
Yeah, they're sitting back, hoping to get an intercept rather than getting up and pushing him outside the circle, making him work harder.
Yes.
Great breakthrough by Lucas.
Where we can see that Vics have got their hands over every ball.
Absolutely. Working better as a unit down here, aren't they? You can see they're a bit more experienced, probably have more time together through the Victorian pathways. Let's see what South Australia can do here to contact outside. They go to the top.
By the two defenders in the circle from Victoria.
It's a lot of movement, great work.
Yes.
It's just the timing. Should have probably needed to protect that space a little bit better, but it's getting there. He's putting the screen on now. Great work. He's trying to hold his space. Whoops. And good job. He just got on with that. He got knocked over. Sometimes in netball, you've got to keep doing that.
That's right. Young Ryan, nothing's going to stop him. He's just so, give me that ball.
Again, South Australia, bit messy, make it work.
He just shakes it off and keeps running. Awesome.
Absolutely. What you got to do as a shooter sometimes. You don't want to look, put off by the contact. Otherwise, that's the job of the defender.
That's right. And then they'll think, we're getting to him.
Great work, South Australia. That's so hard to do.
Unfortunate.
Out of play, was he, or offside? Oh, God.
Oh, dear.
Bad luck.
Yes, it's disheartening when you just get such a great ball and just a simple, unforced error.
It's probably the difference between Victoria and these other teams is those little 1%ers that they don't make those mistakes, and it's just their experience. Again, great cut and drive by Lucas, opens it up. No shooters in the circle, probably comes forward.
Yes, and they need to probably set themselves and get the ball get to them rather than pushing through.
That was a advantage goal, but it takes great shot. They haven't missed down here, South Australia. So when they get good ball supply, these shooters for South Australia are making it work. Just need more ball, don't they?
Yes. And South Australia, when they're in defence, they need to contest that first ball more instead of just waiting for the second stage. Yeah.
It took me a long time as a player to realise the value of that. I was always looking for the intercept or sitting off trying to get the turnover, but man-on-man hard work down the court pays dividends much more than sitting back off and let the goal attack do what they want.
Exactly. And you might not necessarily get the ball, but it puts the pressure on the play that gets you the ball.
Oh, great outlet pass. Clears the mess and again
Yeah.
goes cross-court.
Yeah, Victoria are definitely in charge the whole way down that court.
Yeah, they know exactly what their structures are, where they need to be. They've come out confident. They're not rattled at all.
No, they just, it looks like it's just a normal everyday game of netball.
Exactly.
To them, they're just so cool for 17-year-olds. So Will Whiteacre.
Whiteacre, that's it. Yes, WA. He's really the general down here for Victoria. He's taking every centre pass. He's swinging the ball cross court and going straight to post. He's dangerous. It's a replay.
Yes,
But again, the one
unfortunate.
percenters just looking to do something before you actually finish doing the first task.
So again, we've got all the South Australians in a good space for, say, a press, but no hands
Yes.
to put pressure on the actual pass. So the guys behind them are going to get the intercept, but you need somebody pressuring each pass.
Yeah, they a little bit slowed them down a little bit on that one, but again, it opened up at the back. They're in the zone, but no one's
Yeah.
actually looking for the hunting of the ball.
That's right.
14 plays 7, so they've already got a 7-goal lead. South Australia still in it. There's still a long way to go. Oh, again, the
Oh.
drive on the back. He likes that move,
Yes.
doesn't he?
And then if Hattie have released it, he probably could have got
Yeah.
into that goal shooter. You have a bit of, they both were in a good space.
Sometimes you just got to give the ball to
Yes.
your teammate and trust that they're going to take the contact or take the pass.
That's right.
And I think it was on.
So penalty pass or shot there.
Here we go. Vingo.
Again.
Great shot. Again, 100% from the South Australian shooters. Bring it out to 8. Again, goes through the goal attack. South Australia need to stop that. There is running play down here. Again, open up the backspace. Clever. He's just doing whatever he wants.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, great player. Well done.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
2 minutes 58 to go. 8 plays 15. It's a great
Yes.
start by Victoria. South Australia's still in it. It's just across this transverse line. They're not sure where to give and what to do. Great pass. Oh, well done.
Yes. It's
Great
just-
intercept.
Just a tad more speed on that ball and it would have made it.
Oh,
And a bit of pressure pass, so went out the back line.
that
Yeah.
was Joel Brown from Victoria coming through, gobbling up that ball
That's
like a
right.
good goalkeeper.
Yes.
Very stagnant on the approach there, Victoria, South Australia. They've got set options. They probably need a little bit more movement there. But Victoria are all over, and they're not going to give them an easy pass, are they?
No. They're working for everything they get, that's for sure.
It's a good option there to go back. I think they need to use the width of the court here. Take it down one side of the court, then spread it cross court to open up for the attackers. Just the timing.
Yeah, and yes, exactly. The timing and the offer of that next ball seems to be that fraction delayed, and that gives the Vic boys a chance to get into position. Go pop. That's it.
Good shot.
That's better.
Victoria again menacing.
Yes.
I think he's on. He's got the shooter's on. It's just the delivery
Those
of the
long
pass.
arms.
Yeah,
Those
but
long arms of Brown. That's awesome.
good job by the Victorian defenders. They sucked
Yes.
them into that pass. We're not defending, but we are defending kind of defence.
Yes.
Allow them to let the ball in and grab it up. Well done. Again,
Yeah.
smooth transition down here. They need
That's
to do a lot more disruption.
Yes, and in the circle, they're just like one needs to be going front as well, not just they're almost like they're looking where the ball's going rather than going with it.
I wouldn't be too despondent about South Australia. The
No.
ingredients are there. They've just got to keep plugging away at it.
Yes.
Put some body on the line, whatever. Yes,
Yep, he heard you.
Yeah. I love that about a good goalkeeper is not willing to take a backward step.
Yes.
So good job. So 1 minute to play. Victoria out to a great start. 17 plays 8.
That's good play there from South. Oh, what a shame.
This is where it's breaking down.
Yes.
A lot of movement down there, but not the right types of movement, I think. Victoria
That's-
much more
Yes.
settled. Again,
Well,
first miss of the
nice
game.
rebound. Let's see if South Australia can
Make good.
tidy up. Yeah, like punch out at the ball and then the next punch come in. The
They
next
get a couple
drive
of
in the right
they
time.
can get a couple of goals at the end of
Good
this
work.
game and put it out to a 7-goal difference. They'll be really happy with that, I think. Well within striking distance.
Bit too early.
Oh,
That
great
lead by
outlet
the centre
pass.
from South Australia. Nice positioning coming through. Yes, that's
The
it.
shooter needs to go and find the body, I think, for South
Yes.
Australia. He needs to find that because he's got the range on him to give that pass.
That's right. And on that low ball, he's bending down. He's almost telling the defender what's going to happen.
Oh, rebound by the smallest player in the game. Well done. That's not easy to do. Well done. That's what they need. He's the spark down there.
Yes.
Brings it out. End of first quarter. Wow, that was great effort by Victoria.
Yes.
Victoria 17 plays 9. What are your thoughts on that one, Max?
Oh, well, I think South Australia will be going into the huddle and getting lots of instruction of the timing. I think it's their timing.
Yep.
They're either waiting too long or going too soon. Once they get their timing sorted, I think that they will.
And how do you fix that during the game? How do you fix timing? It's hard.
Yeah, exactly. All that work should have been done months before now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always hard when you come up against an opposition that forces you to play a different way and to try and find that timing. Sometimes it takes experience, but see what happens. It's 17 plays 9 to Victoria against South Australia in the Under-17s Grand Final. We'll take a break and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back. Quarter time break into the second quarter.
Now, this is where sometimes teams get a little bit complacent.
Yes.
You know, you get that bit of a lead and you think, oh, guys, we've got this. When before you know it, the opposition's come back at you.
Sometimes, you have a chat to your coach and they can give the words that needs to change things, or sometimes you sort of get a bit complacent. Victoria.
It's subconscious as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing that anybody's said or done. It just sits in your brain, and before you know it, you're fighting for the ball again.
Yes, it can come undone pretty quickly if you're not careful.
That's unusual. Vic's just had, two attempts.
Two attempts that bucket out.
Yep.
South Australia get the rebounds. Like to see them in better position there. Nice pop forward.
That's better.
That shot.
Now they've got that first score. And most shooters, once you shoot your first goal, you're on your way. But
exactly. Again, great. Lucas comes out for the centre pass. Ricochets off the defence, is looking in. They're all in the one spot. Victoria pushing them all into the one side of the court. Need a bit of depth on this play for South Australia. Who's going to come forward? The shooter's there. When it comes out, you need to give it to him.
Doesn't look like
better timing.
Any of the teams have made changes. I'm just trying to catch up with all the names.
Not that I can see.
No.
That was better play there from South Australia. They all got bunched up, but they were smart about it, and the shooter came out and relieved the pressure for them.
Yep.
Two plays, the Victoria's down on the court, on the circle edge with two passes.
I think the shooter in the Vic circle could body up more on their keeper to hold the space.
Great job by South Australia there. This is what happens. You get in front and hustle. He got his hands in and able to get the turnover of ball. Great job. Must be listening to me.
Yes.
Us yelling. Doing a good job. Great pass. It's risky. There's no one coming forward. They're going to go the long outlet, and that was a Hail Mary. They come off with it. Yeah.
You can see the keeper saying, give me options.
Yes, there's no one forward.
Yes.
Again, it's that timing, right? Who's doing the long lead? Who's doing the short lead?
Yep.
Again, great cut. Oh, they got the hands up though. Victoria.
Screen that shot. Yep.
Victoria realised they got to get the hands up over his shot.
Oh, well done.
It's not going to be perturbed at all, is he?
No.
He's keep going to the post. Well done. Great confidence in South Australia. They come out the
There
first
he
couple of
goes
goals.
again. He really backs himself when I love that in a player.
This is the momentum they need. They need to
That's
keep capitalising on it. Oh, bad luck. That was great defence.
Yes. So that transitioning over that transfer line. Oops, there we go.
Yeah.
That was good pressure. Now South Australia have to capitalise on this.
That's the little cracks I was talking about. When you're the team that's never beaten the other team, you start putting the pressure on. You got momentum. Those type of things happen. You're just not allowed to do that in return like now.
Yes.
It can go the other way as well.
And you can see James really frustrated with that pass that he was placed in the wrong spot. Whoa, great defence, keeper.
Like he was from behind, got his hands around. Just needed one more step there, didn't he? Let's see if Victoria can settle. Oh, I'm sure they'll come through this time.
Yes.
That's the first goal from the quarter. South Australia, it's a 2-1 lead for this quarter. Victoria's chance to settle again. It comes through the goal attack. Great outlet pass. That could have been gobbled up by the goalkeeper. Great shot.
Really great technique.
Yeah, he's a really impressive player, isn't he?
Yes.
Again, it comes through Lucas. Busts through, looking for another option.
Yep.
Again, it's this long cross-court pass.
Exactly. All the options we're running away from him.
Yeah.
As one runs away, one has to come too.
Yes.
So
A little bit
the
frantic.
Yes.
Just needs to be, sometimes you don't need to always make a lead, you just need to make the right one, and that's hard as a player to learn.
A clear open one.
Lucas is doing all the hard work. We just need the supporting players to make some leads that aren't mirroring his, I would say.
I feel in the attack end for the South Australian side, they need a leader.
Yes.
They need somebody directing, so they know who's next and who's coming.
Yep. I would actually plant the shooter back more in the circle, allow the goal attack to do sweeping across the top.
Yeah.
That will open it up and give them a bit more of an angle.
He's fast enough and expedient, agile enough to be able to do that. Take advantage of it.
It's easy for us to say right from down here, isn't it? We know all the answers.
And there probably is a leader down there and we just can't hear it or see
No.
it.
But, great pass. That was quick release. That was a beautiful play into the backspace. That is exceptional.
It was.
Great shot by Victoria. A little bit hesitant into the post, but they're still making good. Sometimes as a team, if you're not playing that well, you still find a way to win. That's a good sign of a team.
That's right. You've just got to, and in stages like this, you just got to lift each other, talk each other up. You've made a bad pass. You don't need anybody telling you what to do. You just need to say, "It's okay. Let's go."
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. We can do
the
this.
length of those arms,
Yes.
Victorian defence. He is dangerous.
Actually, that whole
Brody
defence
Redkin.
line.
Yeah, he's outstanding. He's a menace. Makes it hard for South Australia to get any momentum when you've got players like Brody Redkin
They need
doing
to
that.
do like a bit of a fake out and lure them away. Fake the pass.
Without question, Victoria have got the height here over South Australia, haven't they? All across the court.
I really like William Pennell, the goalkeeper from South Australia. He's quite smart, and for a solid fella, he's quite agile.
Yeah, no, he's doing a good job, as what a goalkeeper does. Protects the post, doing what he can. Sometimes as a goalkeeper, you need the people in front of you to do some of the hard work to make you do your job. But you can't just be the last line defence by yourself.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. He's the boss down there, but yes, they need to be working off
Great
what
work.
he's doing.
The outside arm, that is not easy to do. Victoria.
Oh dear. See, a bit of communication there from the goal defence to let William know that they're coming through.
All these things you learn when you play netball, isn't it? Victoria feel like they've been are these people 26? That's what it feels like. These Victorians, bloody insane.
And again, playing the game is what teaches you the craft, all that little bit of innate knowledge that just comes with playing.
They know what they need to do, when they need to do it. They're backing themselves. It's a pretty impressive effort.
Definitely.
25 plays 12. Victoria, I think South Australia are relying on this long outlet pass to get through the mess. They've come off a few times, but they probably need a shorter option. Great ball.
Yes.
Probably a couple of fakes, Hayne, to get rid of the defenders and then pop it in.
And Shooter needs to be really dominant in where he's placed his body to cut that defender out of the play. But that was a good play. See, there's just Victorian options everywhere.
There's 3 options down the court for them. There's only one for the South Australian. That's the big difference. Multiple leads versus one. South Australian caught chasing into defence. This very slick Victorian attack line. Great pass. That's what we talked about, the fake and then to the back space. And they're using the space as well, Victoria. They've come out firing after that first bit now. 26 plays 13.
Oh, well done. That was good hands.
There is no passengers in this Victorian side, are there? They are all great players, very intimidating.
That's right. They all know their role and they're doing their role and trusting that their teammates are doing their job.
What would you say, if you're the South Australian coach of this attack line now, what would you want to see them do?
Well, first of all, communicate.
Yep.
Like who's going and who's staying.
Yep.
Also, our goal shooter, I feel, if a goal shooter sees that the wings and everybody's been pushed out, that's when it's their turn to drive out. Cut out, become an option. It opens up the court for the others to come in. Though the thing about that is if the shooter does drive out to become that option, that you've got to use them.
Yeah, exactly right.
So that it gives the other player the goal attack and the wing attack to set up.
Yeah, that's where the height, I think, is an advantage here for Victoria. They're sitting back and doing a bit of a wall across the centre circle there and blocking the vision. South Australia goes to post again.
Love it.
Doesn't miss. They've been accurate down here, South Australia, when they get ball supply. It's across the transverse line where Victoria got the wood on them.
I think my favourite player so far is Ryan Norfolk from South Australia. A little goal attack.
Incredible.
He's just not stopped. He's just gone and worked and worked and worked.
Yeah.
And that's really hard because then when he gets the ball, he's going to put the shot up.
Yeah. He's got everything against him. He's just nailing it. Well done. It's not easy to do.
Yep.
I've always admired those shorter netballers that can dominate. Again, it's the outside arm. Yes. Victoria coming through, real like a steam train on the defence.
What a shame, that the keeper was just there. It was good try.
All right, let's see if they make this transition. They've made some changes now. Long outlet pass.
Yep.
Victoria on everything.
Drive.
Great drive.
That's it. Come on, we need somebody to come a bit.
Dear.
Again,
incredible.
I think it's so predictable.
Yep.
Like it's almost like, and that pass maybe should have been a bullet straight across, so that it wasn't so easy to intercept.
It's a wing defence, Ryken or Redken. Apologies, whatever his right name is. He's a superstar. He reads the game so well. And again, South Australia probably telegraphing it a little bit, but still making them pay. What a great athlete. Insane.
Yes.
I mean, it's hard to say anything but superlatives about that. That's incredible.
That's just superb netball.
Victoria showing why they're the number one in this age bracket.
And the thing that I'm really loving is it's just so clean and open.
Absolutely. And what I would have to say too, across the many years I've been playing, Victorians produce brilliant goal attacks. They always have, with Dan Cook, Dan Ryan, now with Brodie Roberts, they've always been able to produce the best goal attacks we've ever seen. And by looking at this Victorian underside here, there's another one in the making.
That's right. We have to sort of steal their chips. Again, it's coming undone a bit for South Australia here. They need to settle. So we've had a sub in the Victorian team.
New shell shooter coming on. Strong rebound.
Get rid of his nerves on his shot. It looks like it's OJ Elliott, might be.
This is his first goal, but confident on the
big
rebound.
Smile on his face.
I think sometimes as a smaller defender, when you're up against a big shooter like that on the rebound, just got to get up and probably have a swat at it rather than trying to get the rebound, because you're going to be out rebound every time. Great shot.
And then when you've got such fantastic shooters, try not to even let it get down there. We've got to try and turn the ball up in the mid-court. or at the transverse line, or force them to pass long. Somebody's got a cork.
Got a cork.
Yeah.
See what happens. The back play has gone down. The umpire calls time. There's a cork or
So
ankle.
now they get 30 seconds to do an interchange.
Oh, it's an ankle.
Oh.
Ooh.
I thought he landed and he grabbed his quad. But
It might be hamstring.
Hamstring,
poor buddy. Oh, that'd be devastating in a grand final.
Yes.
It's not something you can just walk off, really, is it? You've got to come off.
No. So that was Reid O'Callaghan, was it? No. What position was he? Wing defence.
Wing defence.
Very sorry, Damien Brooks.
Hope he's okay. Get on the side getting treatment.
Yes.
It's time for South Australia again. The contest coming through. South Australia need to be really strong into those takes again. Victoria on everything. The other thing I think I would like to see down this end is a lot more prelim leads from the attack end. They're doing a few dodges with their shoulders and bits and pieces. They probably need to come off, do a few more leads because they've got the speed.
Yes.
And it's almost there.
So just this little lead that came from the wing attack. It was like a real waft wide lead. As a defender, that's easier to chase them out.
Yep.
It should have been a really hard charge and directional change to the ball to cut them out of the play.
All these things you learn when you play against strong, tall players. You need to change your direction. You need to come up with something. There's always going to be a faster netball or a taller netball than you, so you've got to find something else.
That's right. So
they can continue the accuracy again.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. 15 plays 33. Feels much closer than what the score reflects.
I agree.
Really impressive, this South Australian charging. They're really giving everything they can.
That's right. Now, none of them are dropping their head. They're going for everything.
Great drop space. Let's see what they can do.
Yep, just on that little jump he jumped in, which shortened his 3 feet. So, started good. And Elliott scores another easy shot.
In true Victorian style, they replace it with one great player with another great player. Well done.
Great cover by Brody. The wing defence from Victoria, really good cover. Like the centre couldn't
There
get
it
the
is,
ball
the drop
at all.
space is on. I think the shooter's actually finding great role to the post there for South Australia. They're not giving him the ball like they did in the beginning. He was looking to drop in the space, but they're now giving the Victorians probably a bit much credit. They're great defenders, but that's the right option. I like to see them let the ball go.
Yes, yeah.
Great to see. Well done, South Australia.
Perfect positioning. And I call it presence pressure.
Yep.
I actually learned it from one of the Suncorp Super Netball coaches many years ago. Just being in their presence is a threat.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, just got to be there. Oh.
Great. Good timing. Gonna go to the post.
Bad luck. Good try.
Still not rattled by that, isn't he? He looked at all these options and still went to the post, still backed himself.
Yep. Nice shot there.
Great shot, South Australia. They've got it in patches. They haven't been able to put it across consistently. 34 plays 17. There's only a minute to go in this quarter. Let's see what South Australia back to the post again. That's the one we're talking about.
Vision.
Well done. Exceptional.
Yes.
I mean, every time South Australia does something brilliant, Victoria responds to something even better.
So another thing here, like that beautiful big pass in, that's when the goal attack and the wing attack, or the centre, because I think it was the wing attack that may have thrown the ball, that's when they need to block the other players out.
Yeah, you need to support each other.
There's nobody there to contest that shot. It's all those little things that you pick up as time comes.
It's frustrating when you do all the right things, you still don't get a goal, but that's the way it goes. It shows the calibre of this Victorian side and how well coached they are. 15 seconds. Let's see what Victoria, what they do have a set play. They go back across court again. The WA controlling it. Top of the circle, popped over. Great pass.
Yep. You're right. They take one good shooter off and put
another one on. Great composure. They used up the whole clock and they didn't panic at all. They knew what their options were. End of half-time now.
Yep.
36 plays 17. I'll flip it around for you now. If you're the Victorian coach, Max, what would you be saying to them now?
Next quarter's a whole new quarter. Don't take anything for granted.
Yep.
Sometimes it's really hard to coach a team that wins constantly because you've given them everything you've got. It's how to keep them in the game.
Yeah, and there's all those nipple heebie-jeebie gods that come out sometimes that make you stutter and stumble, and then all of a sudden you can't shoot the ball, and then the other team can't miss. All those things can happen, so you don't want to allow that into the game at all.
No.
You've got to keep ticking it over, and a sign of a good side is the consistency of just ticking the goals over.
Yep.
Victoria doing that in bucket loads today in today's grand final. We'll take a break and we'll come back after this for the third quarter.
Having a pretty good season this year, Andy.
By the look of this lot, you are too.
Well, we've got a good team out in the field. You want to go meet them?
Sure. So what do you grow here?
We've got broccolis, collies over there, carrots, you name it. We harvest it today, catch, and it's in the stores tomorrow.
So you guys are the midfielders of the fruit and veg.
At Spot Shed, we grow it.
We sell it, you save.
Giving this season everything we've got. Just try and stop us. Don't miss the excitement of West Coast Fever at RAC Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketek.com.au. Giving this season everything we've got. Just try and stop us. Don't miss the excitement of West Coast Fever at RAC Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketek.com.au.
All right.
Welcome back. We are third quarter now in the under-17s grand final, South Australia, Victoria. It's been a great game to commentate. Great young athletes out here playing well for their state. Victoria 36 plays South Australia 17. Again, the outside arm for Victoria, that's a great job by Wilson. They come through and make it look easy. That's not hard, not easy to do. Straight into attacking play, Victoria down the court. Again, options are plenty. They go through, goal attack, makes it work. That's confidence. Good job.
So I can see O'Callaghan has gone from centre to wing defence in the South Australian team, and it looks like we've got a new shooter. I haven't quite caught his name yet. Sorry, guys. So we've got a new shooter going in there.
When do you, as a coach, when do you think it's the right time to make changes? If you're South Australia, would you make changes, or what would you do?
To be honest, I would.
Yeah.
I'd be throwing anything I could at them.
Yep.
There's nothing to lose. You know,
And sometimes it's about what's happening in your development for next year, because this group's
Definitely.
around about development and giving players opportunities. There's no point keeping people on the bench
exactly.
and exposing them.
And sometimes you go away and you think, oh, you know, he struggled, and then all of a sudden he brings out the big game, and he's a big game player. You just there's so many variables. It is really crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Victoria got underway pretty quickly. 2 goals
That's
to
right.
start with.
But I definitely would be throwing anything I could out there, just because anything's worth a try. Yep.
Great take. Well done. They've moved Lucas into when we were taking to centre.
I also think coaching, people don't give credit to the mental part of the game.
Yep.
The mental fitness, the mental attitude, the never say die.
Confidence comes from that as
Yes.
well, and the ability to not back down.
That's right.
And
Self-belief and
Yep.
belief in your own teammates.
that's what separates the good from the great.
Definitely.
Great job from South
Yep.
Australia.
You can have all the skills in the world, but if you let something get in your head, it's gone.
South Australia score their first goal of the quarter. Let's see what these changes can do for them. One player, actually, I think who's been an incredible standout for them. As I sing the praises of the wing defence every single time for Victoria.
Oh, yes.
Is their centre for Victoria, Zach Mabila?
Oh, yes.
And probably that's terribly wrong. I probably insulted his whole family. Apologies. But he has been incredibly consistent in this game.
Yes.
He's got hands to the ball. He has not made a mistake. He's a rangy, great athlete who's doing his job and not trying to do anything too special. And
I was
that's what you want to say.
Thinking the same thing. So many people think, they let the centre take every second pass.
Yes.
That's not his job.
No. He's
Yes.
finding nice passages to play, and sometimes it's the harder part to fit in with the team around you and let the other players be the superstars. He's doing a great job of
Yes.
that, and clearly capable of great things, this kid.
That's right. And he pops in when required and lets the team bring the ball through when he's not required.
This Victorian team has
So-
a maturity of players along their years. Again, South Australia are still really fighting for this, aren't they? They haven't been demoralised, or they're not backing off. It's this
and then-
zone here. Look at that. They've got 3
Yes.
a wall across the line there.
And it's that patience that South Australia are putting on at the moment is just beautiful. That's what you need. When this happens to you defensively, it's about just cherishing your own possession. Don't throw that wild ball, because that's what that defence setup wants you to do. And beautiful.
Great shot. There's a no goal. Something's going on. Someone's
Oh,
dropped
what a
dropped something. Is it a bib or a shoe or a tissue or a
Oh, must have
receipt?
come from up the top. Oops.
Let's start again. He gets another shot. Steps back.
And
Great shot.
beautiful. They earned that goal. That was excellent. The thing is now they've just got to be able to keep doing that.
You got to keep ticking it over, don't you? Again, look at this
Constantly.
wall from
Yes.
Victoria.
Oh, dear.
Ambitious pass. Nearly
Yes.
came off. It probably needed a couple more players in front of it.
And-
I'd like to
yes.
keep South Australia keep going for those balls. They've got nothing to lose. They just need
Yep.
probably the placement of it. Great defence.
Great defence by the goal shooter.
Well
Yeah.
done.
Umpire deemed he contacted, I think.
Yes,
Was it
jumped in on the
release?
second jump.
Yes.
It's a shame. Look at the energy from South Australia. They really lift their intensity.
Yes. Now
This is
they're
a better
putting
zone.
the
They've
press.
slowed them
Yes.
right down. Again, the goal.
Oops.
Oh, great pass.
Yes.
Oh, slick. Looks like he's got all day to
It
offload the
does,
pass.
doesn't
He's got plenty of time to
That's
just
right.
weigh up all these options.
It's cool cucumber.
Cool, yes. Oh, great dodge
Yeah.
again by Zach Mabilia.
Very impressive.
Yeah.
It's just
They're looking quite fit, these boys too, aren't
Yeah.
they? No one's looking
the
like they're...
structure on the court is really, really well placed.
Yeah, Victoria must
not-
be proud.
Yes.
Great, and
And
so would South
deservedly
Australia
so.
be. Given the age of this team, they really stood up.
Yes.
The future of netball for these two states is bright.
Very.
Oh,
Oh,
it's,
never mind.
yeah.
Nice idea, just the wrong execution of the pass.
Yeah, those
that's all.
passes are hard to do, aren't
Yeah. Yeah. So close again there.
Yes, he had the right idea, just couldn't get there in time.
Yep. And see, now, because the shooters are so strong, we've got to pressure the feed.
Yep.
We've got to stop that feed being so easy. And this is where they need to move up. Instead of just turning the goal defence here, goal attack passed off the ball, goal defence just turns and runs into the circle.
Yeah.
He needs to pick him up here
Yep.
so that he has to work really hard to get to the circle.
Either need a strong one-on-one down here, or even if the mid-court's drop down into a sag, allow the one-on-one behind it or something, just to slow it down.
Yes.
The Victorians are got a ball on the string here.
And without, I don't want to take away, they've all got tired, sore bodies.
Yes.
This is when you do run out of, the muscle resilience.
Exactly.
It's tough.
It's tough. You've got
It's
to grind
tough.
it through.
Yeah.
That time South Australia had the right option there. The pass was just a little bit too quick for what expected. Great outlet pass again.
And saying that, though, Victorians do not look like they have sore bodies.
No, they look like they've just turned up 5 minutes ago and done on the
Yeah.
court. They're looking pretty fit.
Refined, yes.
Mobilia. His family going to kill me. Can't get his name right, but the son's a superstar of the future. Really impressed me. So what South Australia can do. Ooh, again contested by Victoria. You have to suck that up and there's an attacker and move on.
Yeah. And in some ways you can turn that into an advantage as well, because it gives you the chance to get into position rather than them.
And learn your
playing
acting
so
skills.
fast.
Pretend to milk the
Yeah.
penalty. You know those acting skills you got to have sometimes.
Yeah, they've been to soccer training.
There's a caution there from the wing defence. It's probably. Look, I'm not going to say anything because
I miss the whole thing.
my relationship with umpires over the years haven't been great. So I'll let them do their job and I'll just do my job.
Yeah, I can confess to being a bit heated on the bench too.
45 plays 19. I hope that doesn't deter. That's a beautiful pass. I mean, well done, Victoria. Showing the class again. It's not easy to keep ticking the score over like this and play like this. They're doing a great job. Everyone's contributing. Looking for that roll into the backspace, but it wasn't the right option.
And you can see now they're starting to get frustrated with each other.
Yeah. Look, I think the goal shooter now is playing wing attack, so that's the move he was doing really well before. So he knows what needs to happen, but it's not quite the same person in the backspace there.
He doesn't have not the same.
South Australia need to shake this off and find something. Let's disrupt. Get their hands up. Great pass. Oh, great split. Great shot.
Yep.
Great shot. 6 minutes 48 to go in the third quarter. It's 48 plays 19. It's been an impressive start by Victoria. They haven't really allowed South Australia to do anything easy.
And look, see that, hands over everything.
It's the wall there.
Body, people, Victorians everywhere, and the South Australians, they're making good leads, but they just can't seem to slow those Vic boys down. They're
Victoria's
just
got them
committed.
They got them spooked too, haven't they, Victoria?
Yes.
They had them spooked with their passes. Again, it's the Victorian centre, two balls down the court.
Yep.
Great pass.
And again, two options in the circle and another option on the top of the circle.
Ooh. So there's 1%. That's where South Australia can really make a difference, though. I think we just need to block out on those shots. There's going to be some mistakes in Victoria. They have to be in the right position to capitalise. You can't be sitting being a passenger. But can't really critique them too harshly. They're doing a good job.
I mean, we all know that, third quarter's sometimes always our toughest, but I'm starting to feel that the South Australian boys are just losing a little bit of their
It's hard.
pizzazz. Yeah.
When you've thrown everything out that you've got and then they're still running away. Trust me, South Australia, for many years, Victoria did this to me about 10 years straight. Gave me everything I got and they just steamrolled me every grand final. So I'm glad other states get to experience that Victorian flogging as we have over the years. But it really sets the standard for what you need to be, and South Australia can go away and look at this and say, what improvements they need to make, and they hold their heads high, I would say.
Absolutely. It is a credit to get to a grand final at a national championship.
Yeah, it's no small thing.
Oh, they should be very, very proud. Any team that makes a grand final, you've beat how many others to get there? And then you think about all the work, but you always can go away and think, what can I do better? What can we improve on for next time?
And this group's about development, right? So this is not so much around, winning the championship. This is about who's on path to be in the open men's, open mixed side, who's the stars of the future. This is the development ground. South Australia would be very happy with that.
And who are our future Australian players?
And I don't know how South Australia do it, even in the women's game or the men's game. For such a small state as such, populous, they're able to produce pretty good netballers, aren't they?
They do.
Yeah, it's not easy to do. Okay, let's see what they can do. It's a long option.
Again, though, he was really the only moving option. The other boys were sort of
Yeah,
set but flat.
It's an awkward angle, wasn't
Yes.
it? They needed somebody to come off that.
Yes.
Yep. And they sort of sat stationary. Beautiful shot.
That's technically perfect.
Yeah, it's a very Nat Medhurst kind of shot. Great shot. Oh, outlet pass into the space. They do that well. He's going to go straight to post. He backs himself. Great shot.
Again.
That's what a player.
And he's happy with that too.
Yeah, he's got a bright future ahead of him. Not many people can do that. Again, let's see what they can do. Now it's about South Australia just one pass at a time. I think with this wall, what I would like to see is the goal shooter come up the middle, open it up in the middle, then go to the cross court. But
back then, I think that goal shooter should have driven forward for
that.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes to shoot. You get told to stay in the circle, then you get told to come out.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. I think it's that Bible that's if. You do this if, but if that's happening, you do that.
It's hard. That comes with experience.
Yes, that damn if word. If he goes there, you go here.
Great outlet, double lead. That's a great ball. Again.
Nice little bit of pressure, but unfortunately,
Mobilia again for me is now becoming fast my favourite player on court.
Yeah.
Super incredible.
Even off balance, he didn't miss.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive.
Yep. Got a break by wing defence from
He's been playing centre too. It's not easy to run all game.
That's for sure.
Oh. Gets done for the contact down there. This is a really good opportunity now for South Australia. They have a 2-on-1 in the circle. Let's see what their structure is. They have one forward, one back.
Good tip there by Billing.
Yeah, still.
Had a rotation. Again,
they're not going to allow them one simple pass, are they? They're still going to hassle. Great. Just waiting for the defenders to come. Again, great shot by South Australia. Haven't missed a goal. It's just ball supply for them down here. 2 minutes to go. Let's see if they can get a turnover here. They've pushed them wide. That's a great start. Let's see if they can keep them wide. They're on the one side of the court. Let's see if we can get there. Changing goalkeeper here. We've got a new goalkeeper on. He's got front position. That's it. They're paid off. Well done, South Australia. They did all the small hard yards on that one to get the turnover.
That was Connor Drysdale, fresh legs, so he's got that bounce.
Extra bounce.
Yes.
Again, great pass. Yes. That required a great pass to get over the top of the Victorian defence, and it was perfectly weighted. Well done, South Australia.
Looks like Christian is in goalkeeper.
Oh, great take. Under pressure.
For Victoria.
A little bit of a surge from here from South Australia. Great pass. Oh, well done.
Nice.
It's O'Halloran.
O'Callaghan.
O'Callaghan was goal shooter, has gone to wing attack. He's got some beautiful hands in there. Really quick release into the shooter. I can see why they've moved him out there. He doesn't have that on his back, but that's probably somebody else. So I've just made a meal of that. So apologies to everyone in South Australia for my Paul.
So we've got Van der Zalm, Josh Van der Zalm.
That's the one.
Goal attack for South Australia now.
Wing attack at the moment.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
wing attack, sorry.
He's the one I've been singing his praises of. He's got some great hands. He's got some good ball delivery into the shooters. Again, South Australia have an opportunity, but they fall for the trap again.
And again, that's just that communication. His teammates letting him know someone's coming.
No surprise, it's the Victorian centre, Mobilia, who is my player of the game so far. I'm very impressed with him. And Mobilia, he's been, for me, a standout. Just what he's doing so hard to do. Well done, Victoria. That side, it's 56, plays 22.
Would that be his first miss in that quarter? the goal attack.
Yeah, I haven't seen him miss at all.
No.
Considering he's just turned and gone to the post,
Yeah.
it's pretty impressive. 3/4 time, 56 plays, 22. Score doesn't reflect the intensity of this game. I hope you're enjoying it. The Victorians at home watching, I imagine, will be.
Very
Despite
proud.
my pronunciation of their team's names, they're probably enjoying their performance more than the commentary. South Australia have a lot to be proud about. What would you say to your South Australians now? Like, it's the last quarter. What can you do? What would you do?
Honestly, I'd say this is what we're here for. This is what we train for. We want to play the best. Only playing the best makes you better. So put everything out there. I would give everybody a chance to do their stuff and just relish it, enjoy it.
Yeah, agreed. And I think just focus on one thing to deliver on the last part, or whether it's your centre pass or just a simple structure for them. It's always hard losing grand final. But we'll take a break and we'll be back shortly. Welcome back. It is last quarter of the Under-17s grand final, Victoria versus South Australia. It's been a dominant Victorians. They've come out. Resilient South Australia, thrown everything at them. Nothing to be too ashamed of here. We get underway in the fourth quarter. Victoria again looking to take off where they left off. They've got a few changes on the court. I'll leave that to you to Max, otherwise I'll make a meal of it.
South Australia have subbed their goalkeeper. I just got to get a name here. Lovelock.
Lovelock.
Lovelock is Harry. Lovelock.
Let's have a look. So if they can get their first goal. Misses the
Good
penalty pass or
try.
shot though. Gets another option. Again,
And it
100%
is.
accuracy for South Australia in the circle. They get the first ball in the goal. Let's see what Victoria can do. Great timing, great drive. Wing attack for Victoria left alone in the pocket. Just overcooked that one a little bit, but solid under the rebounds is Victoria. It's 1-1 for this first quarter. Great second phase play by South Australia. There was third option. That's much better. Oh, comes undone unfortunately. Just slipping of the hands. It does happen from time to time, but I think that was a really great play by South Australia, the first, second and third phase. Holding it up here, South Australia. Victoria go cross court. They don't look too phased.
No.
Great pass. Slices through the middle.
Yeah. And again, it's that first phase contest. It's almost like South Australia just being too polite.
Yeah.
Not sort of getting on the body and stopping them from that easy
That
drive.
pass from Abelia was from the hip, and it was a rocket.
Nice.
Cut through the South Australian defence.
Yeah.
Well done. 2-1 to Victoria in this quarter again.
Look at Zach. He is a Victorian centre. Looks like he hasn't even worked up a sweat. Just taking it all
Is
in
that
stride.
Lucas?
Yeah.
No.
Mobilia.
Mobilia. Oh, yeah. It looks like he's...
Yeah.
I know, and he's
Cool
been
as a
phased in
cucumber.
every play.
Yeah.
Yeah, great athlete.
He knows exactly where his player is, and he's keeping an eye on the rest of the court to try and put that zone, that press on.
I know. I've never sing the praises of a centre ever. And so there we go. Great long ball.
Love it.
Oh.
Again, look at that patience. He knew who was next for that drive. Nice and tidy. Playing the short game. Oops. South Australia caught that one.
Again, they got some turnovers, South Australia. They've been pretty impressive, pretty happy with getting the turnover. It's just this part here they haven't been able to.
Yep.
Again, South Victorian hands are in everything. That stops you get that flow, doesn't it, right?
Yes.
When you keep interrupting. That's what South Australia needs to do. They need to interrupt and not be pushed around.
Exactly. If
Yeah.
they want to go left, you push them right.
Yep.
Vice versa. It's that part of the play. That be in their way, their presence. And again, that takes massive fitness, mental and physical.
And that's what I say of the centre for South Australia, Lucas Gullen. He's said, stand out for me during the week. He has not stopped moving and offering for South Australia. He's been in every play, been in every pass, and he's continuing to offer multiple leads for them.
Yeah.
And that's
Good on him.
hard to do as a netballer. It's a
Yes.
lot of physical effort. And he's kept his head up during this game. It's been very difficult with the Victorian defence. 58 plays 25.
Oh, beautiful drive to
Yes.
the pocket.
Smart option. Didn't need to go to the post. There was a taller person under there.
So
Again,
that's-
it's good decisions.
Yeah.
Great decision making from this Victorian side, and that's hard to do in netball sometimes, especially at this age, is right decisions.
Yes.
They're
Now
doing
back
it well.
to the Rita Callahan as their goal shooter for Victoria. So they've taken Elliott off. Is it Elliott?
Oh.
No, wrong team. Sorry, guys. Who's that goal shooter? It was Nick O'Meara.
Penley pass a shot
And
again. Can they keep the
OJ
100%? Great
Elliott.
shot,
He's
South
resting.
Australia. These boys, stand in this great tradition of South Australian producing great shooters, and these boys are no different.
Oh.
Great job. Again, cut one bay to drop back. It's a nightmare as a defender.
Yes.
Victoria got the ball on a string. They continue to push forward. They push it out to 60. Probably the biggest margin between these two sides in a while. It's all credit to Victoria. They've really come out, played their best netball in the grand final. They should be proud of themselves.
I often also feel your preliminary game is like your grand final
Yep.
when you're coming from the below first place.
Yep.
You put so much into that game that by the time you get to the grand final, you're sort of spent.
Yeah, I think as we said before, is that South Australia coming into this with nothing to lose. If you can get a lead in and start to put some cracks in, the opposite happens. If you're a team that's undefeated and you get a lead, then the confidence builds. It's really hard to break it down from there. It really has to happen early. Otherwise, they
Yeah, chasing's hard.
hard in that
Yeah.
position. Yeah.
The pressure of in any game, let alone the pressure of a grand final and a national tournament.
Great ball. There was
Yep.
very little option.
Their
Again,
timing is
timing
beautiful.
and the speed of the ball.
I'm going to get my team to watch
Yeah.
these guys.
What am I doing being playing netball for? I look like compared to these boys, they're killing it.
Yeah.
God almighty, I wish I could play like that when I was that age. Well done. Victoria again,
Yes.
looking
Good
calm
cover.
and collected. It's the wing attack that makes a great lead. Drew Mobilia again, great pass.
Oh.
I mean,
Yep.
he saw that before anyone else did.
And the wing defence in South Australia is calling instructions and letting them know, but it's
I reckon,
that perfect pass is really hard to defend.
I reckon the Victorian centre probably could play any position too. He's probably one of those players that can play anywhere. I reckon
Yes.
he's got the calibre and the capacity. Of good feet. He's good on the defence. He's
Yeah.
going to be a good all-rounder.
He reads play well.
Yeah, he's going to be. I'll play anywhere and just do as good.
Yep.
Which is good to see. Victoria had the
See,
turnover
and
now.
again, he wasn't in anybody's face. He knew exactly that there were other players there. He hung
Yeah.
out until
Oh.
they needed him and placed a perfect
I mean,
pass.
come on, that's stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. That's a brilliant pass. I mean, standout player of the game for my liking. That's incredible. Makes it look easy.
That's for sure. Hey, we should place a bet. You know, in 10 years' time, we think this.
Oh, absolutely. These are stars of
Yeah.
the future. I mean, and I don't actually say that lightly either. I don't actually go around telling everyone how good they are. But there's some of these Victorian players, the goal attack and the centre for me, are future Australian players, without a doubt. They've got everything it takes. Hopefully they like to see them continue in the sport. men's netball's on the rise. It's exciting to see.
Yeah. Sorry, I might fall silent. I'm just in awe.
Love these players.
I'm getting caught up watching.
South Australia, look, they're
Oh,
really still
beautiful.
hustling. Again, the shooters have been accurate. What options are forward? They're not at the right angle there. They need to open up their bodies a
Yes.
little bit on that.
And see how they're all pushed into that pocket?
Yeah.
One of them need to open up the circle as well as inside the circle.
Great shot.
Yeah.
100% again. There's no shooter that's done wrong down that end. It's just probably more of the
Possession.
passage before it.
Getting there.
Yeah.
That's it. Cherish
Again.
that. Don't waste anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
again, the long arms of the Victorians.
Yeah.
They've really prevented the South Australians from playing the game that they wanted today.
Yep.
Great pass.
Probably need a bit more faking in their game.
Yeah. I mean,
Or more options.
there's not much you
coming
can
to
do as a defender about that. That was great. 7 minutes left to go in the game. Victoria pushed out to 64. Let's see what South Australia have left in the tank. See what they can push out. See what they can do.
Yeah,
Nothing to
yeah.
lose now. Might as well have a
Yeah.
crack, take some risks.
And they're not giving up. I love that. How often do you see a team that, is being beaten and they start walking or heads dropping?
No,
they're
exactly.
not. Every single one of them still going strong.
Oh, bad luck. Again, when it doesn't go your way, it doesn't go your way for South
Yeah.
Australia. I think it's worth noting too, like men's netball obviously on the rise. There's very little pathways for boys between 12 when they get to this age group. To see boys playing at this
Yes.
standard of netball when there's really minimal grassroots and support for them, it's incredible to see how far they've come and imagine what it would look like once we do have those things in place.
Yes. And the other thing is what works well in one state, and we can't emulate in other states because, the size.
The size and
And the populations.
Yep.
It's not an easy fix.
No.
But, we're chipping away. Only way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time.
Yep. And that's what I mean. Even with that, all those challenges there, the quality of netball has no right to be this
Pretty
good.
impressive.
Yes.
Yeah, I think every year. Wow, I never knew it was that exciting.
South Australia get another on the board. They chip
From
out
the
to 28
spectators.
to 65.
Here he goes. Beautiful pass.
Let's see what they can do. Again, Victoria clinical down at this end. Oh, and they even tidy up on the rebounds. That was, again, the timing. Sometimes as a shooter, when you miss the goal, you have the benefit of timing. You know what doesn't come out of your hand that well. You're up for the rebound more than the
Yes.
defender.
Yes.
Got to really, as a defender, box him out.
These again,
Oh.
see how those Victorian boys are with their players and
Yes,
challenging
again.
constantly.
Maybe
It's that pressure that forces that one bad pass.
the hands over pressure on outside of the circle is really blocking the vision. There's no short play on this Victorian side, that's for sure. Great job, Victoria. Pushing out to 67 now. 4 minutes 46 to go.
South Australia have made a sub of their goalkeeper again. That's a shame. He was in it.
It was in it. So he goes to post.
And-
Again, a
Oops.
little bit cold on the hand. He hasn't had a shot for a little while. He's been
Yes.
offloading to the shooter. Again,
Oh.
sometimes it's hard. Sometimes as a shooter, you're hot and then you don't have the ball for a while.
Wow.
It's hard to keep going.
Yes.
I thought Darren Gillespie from Queensland's a good at shooting cold. Not very many people can do it.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh,
again, that was
no.
on.
Yeah.
Again, it's the hustle from Victoria.
That-
They're still hustling
yeah.
every moment, even though
That's
they're up
right.
for a bit.
Oh, what a shame. Eyes up, he would have seen that the boy at the post was free as a bird.
Gets there in the end.
That's okay.
They do it the
did.
hard way, don't they, South Australia,
Yes.
sometimes. Pushes them out to 29.
And that's communication. The other circle defender could have said, he's in,
Yeah.
or you're over.
It's the vision, right?
Yes.
Their vision to look up all options. And Victoria got that in spades.
And may I say, we can say that easily. We haven't
Look,
played netball at all this
it's
week. We've just
It's easy to be up
coached
here and
That's right. These
telling everyone what
poor
they need
guys
to do.
have-
Great
Oh,
work. Yes, well done.
dear.
South Australian goalkeeper comes out. Oh, that he had two hands front position. That
Though the other rule is a player is entitled to landing space.
true, but he had the
So-
ball. I'm a defender at heart. You know what I'm like. I love a goalkeeper coming out and taking the ball.
So because they do umpire as well, I can see both ways that could
Yeah.
have gone.
Look, I'm going to go goalkeeper all day to come out and get the ball. I mean, it's never an easy thing as an umpire to make that call. You got to be confident when you take it and pretend that you're not in the wrong. But
Yeah.
I thought you don't want it to dampen spirits. That was the best play by for this. Oh, great take! Well done,
Let's
South
use it
Australia.
now. Yeah, that's it. Good little drive. Nice patience there. That's it. See now, we've got them. The Victorians have got them
Push
all
them all
boxed on the
over.
side. Goal attack was used the smarts there to open up the court.
Lucas is in now,
give
and
more space.
well, man, Lucas is in the shooter, so I can see what he can do. He's going to go to post.
Oh,
God, he's confident,
that
isn't
was-
he?
yeah, that-
He's
it
stepped
was
back and going to go to post. He's not going to let it.
good on him.
Bad luck. That's
Oh,
a first,
bad
man.
luck.
Bad luck. It just
Good
ricocheted
try.
out.
Good try. But that was good passage of play.
Yeah.
That's what South Australia needs to do more constantly. Just cherish that possession. Don't make any risky passes. Lots of short plays, and Vic have just moved that ball down there so swiftly.
The ball delivery from Victoria from the circle edge to their shooters is swift, sharp, and fast. It's hard for the South Australians to have a crack at it because the ball's well placed.
Never mind. And again, goal defence, he's just putting it out there, trying everything
Yeah.
he can. It's only 2 minutes to go.
Nothing to lose now. Let's try and put
That's
some
right.
razzle dazzle in there. You might as well try and get
Yeah.
something in the highlights reel. Hey, oh, great work.
Yep.
Read it
Idea
well.
was great.
Again, it's the pass. Oh, great drive. I mean,
Oh,
yep,
man.
yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Just took everyone to task, didn't he?
Wow.
He had
Yeah.
multiple options to choose from. He
Yeah.
chose the right one at the right time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And nobody interfering.
No interfering. Just
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Good try
it'd be a nightmare
there.
to play against.
Norfolk in goal attack.
Well, first time he's made a
Attempting
mistake
anything.
this game, I think. That was the wrong option, but, geez, it's been pretty good
Pretty good
otherwise.
stats.
Exactly. 1 minute 19. South Australia had the ball. Let's see if they can come up with this passage of play.
Again, they're
Oh,
all on
it's-
the sideline. They should
Again,
get the ball into the mid-court so that it opens up more
Brady
options again.
Redken, again, another one of my favourites down there. He's been sensational. Between Redken and Mabilia.
Nice drive, wing attack.
I mean, oof. Oh, geez, that was
Oops.
nothing. He stepped right in. Would you? I look.
Yeah,
I can understand
yeah.
his frustration. It doesn't
I
help
do.
things, but you know,
I
it's
do.
so hard when you try your hardest and it just doesn't go your way. It's hard to sometimes suck those
So
eggs.
basically, as a coach, you see that the opposition has stepped in on the defences. As an umpire, the defence shortened his 3 feet
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
So she's called the first.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not your as a player to make the call, is
Exactly.
it? I know.
Yeah,
Here
you've
I
got to
am. It's
play
still.
to that umpire.
Yeah. Oh, bad luck.
But I do understand the frustrations. It's heartbreaking.
Just goes to show his commitment for South Australia.
Yes,
you don't want
his passion.
You don't want to be sit there and be pushed around. You got to get up
Yep.
and be counted. So well done for the South Australian keeper for doing that. He's done some good passage
You
of
can
play
feel
there.
his passion.
Yeah, and that's what you
And-
need as a goalkeeper.
Oh, defence is such a thankless job.
Yep. You've got to be the bully. The last passage of the play, it's 5 seconds. Let's see what they do. It's a great outlet. Straight in. Oh, he's thought about it. It's a replay. Doesn't
Yes.
matter. Victoria, under 17s, national champions at the Australian Men's and Mixed Netball Championships. They've taken it out 74-29 against South Australia. An impressive effort from an incredibly talented, well-coached team. They've taken everyone to task this week. What's your final thoughts on this, Max?
Look, Victoria, credit, beautiful, beautiful netballers all around. Love it. South Australia, do not hang your head in shame.
Yep.
You have done amazing to be in the National Championships Grand Final. That takes a lot. Look, I've actually got goosebumps for both teams. They'll go, South Australia will go away and they'll take note. And as a coach, you think, next year we're going to work more on this. Next year we're going to work more on that. Like, it's tough, but they were there.
Victoria's important purpose sometimes is they set the standard at this age and what benchmarks every other state needs to be at. And I think if you look at it from that perspective of where you need to be in development, that's an important way of moving forward. Obviously from Queensland we did that a lot of years. They're the benchmark that's improved.
Yes.
Well done to Victoria. They're a superstar team.
Yes.
And I think they should be well proud of what they put out there. Not only just their calibre of talent, their demeanour, their attitude. The future is bright for these boys.
Yes.
Well done. And that's it. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining me, Max.
Thank
this
you.
Great game.
I've loved it. It's very exciting. Now I'm going to be watching these, looking out for these names next year in Brisbane.
Thanks everybody for listening, and again, apologies for butchering everyone's names, which I'm sure I've done. So otherwise, we'll fight you in the car park or something later. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.